And to those of you who listen, it actually says on the screen here that the actual recording is of higher quality. So,
Yeah, it says that, but in a weird way, it never turns out that way.
now I'm proper old. Ooh, I put in what does nudge, and it auto completes. What does nudge mean on TikTok? So we're not the first one.
Nope, and definitely not the last.
Ooh. Nudge is a TikTok feature that lets users send a notification to any content creator they follow to encourage them to go live. And now,
Okay.
of course, Gled left, so.
Yeah. He will know when he listens to the podcast. Maybe.
Maybe.
No,
but
this might not be good enough to keep in.
no.
Then I send him
And
a
he's not
message.
doing the edit, so.
No.
Then this will exist, but he will never know it existed. It's still there, but he will never listen to it. So it's the Glenn paradox.
It's very zen of you.
Yeah.
Recording a podcast for no one to listen to.
We are not far off.
Yeah, I realized that struck a little bit too close to home. Oh, let's not think about that.
Ooh, that would be so. I mean, it would be unfair, maybe, but then the world is.
Yep.
We could record. We could just choose an episode in the future, and we could record it and never publish it. Like, we did a recording, no one is ever gonna hear it, and of course, during the recording, we're gonna know nobody is gonna listen to it, which means it's most likely gonna be the best episode we've ever done.
Yeah.
And then we're just gonna archive it, never publish it, and then we're just the next week we'll go to the next episode and just act like nothing ever happened. So it will be a hole in the sequence. It exists, but it doesn't exist. It's like Schrodinger's podcast.
I would like to hide an MP3 of that somewhere on the internet, so it is possible to find it if you really know where to look for it, but tell no one. Because that adds to the myth as well.
The scavenger hunt. Yeah, the myth of the lost podcast. Oh.
I mean, you're really into art projects nowadays, Haavard. Like the message you sent us on WhatsApp the other day.
This is my guilty pleasure.
I was so
And
pleased.
2 minutes of silence.
I have WhatsApp on my computer as well, and I use that when I'm sitting editing. So I sent you I just rambled on, press record, and then I just switched to Chrome on another screen, and I didn't realize that WhatsApp keeps recording, but it just cuts the audio stream. So I just started, oh, my guilty pleasure today is, and then it went blank for 2 minutes. And you were sitting there listening, hoping that something might happen.
I scanned through it very quickly. Actually, I didn't stop and listen to it in real time.
I was suspicious when I saw the EKG of the audio file. It was just a line, but
flatlining. Did he
probably
die?
something in the end? No, it wasn't.
I mean, it wouldn't be cool, at least not for me, if that was the point where I just died. But what if I had a live recording of me just rambling on like I usually do, and I'm like beep, flatline? Then talking about the existing video clips out there, you actually have it. Like, this is the last. What was his last thought? Guilty pleasure something. It's going to be the great enigma of 2025. Yeah. And for those of you who are wondering, the guilty pleasure was I just transferred a shitload of files from my computer to my external hard drive. And that's the things that give me pleasure. It's like, oh yeah, moving data.
I mean, isn't that like raking the yard? Why does that feels good to get some kind of order in the universe? I have control over this. I'm making the gravel look nice. I'm removing all the leaves and that sort of thing. I mean, it's a Sisyphus work. It's going to be undone quite quickly, but for a time in space, there actually is something I can control. I mean, moving files and sorting out stuff in your computer, that must be a digital equivalent of that.
Yeah, for half a second, the universe was at peace and everything was right.
We didn't mention in the main episode that Andy Pugh is joining us next week on the podcast.
That's correct. We didn't do that.
Is anybody else worried about this?
I did not know, so I couldn't. How could I worry about something I didn't know?
Word that he will come on as a guest.
Yeah, because last time you went on a podcast, it was 2/3 focused, and they never came back.
Oh shit!
I didn't consider that part.
Yeah,
I was just thinking, nice to have a guest on that that you don't have to bring too much to the table.
Or we could just tape yourself and send it to us, and we'll cut it in. We can't take the risk.
yeah.
No, it will be fine. It will be fine. Famous last words.
He went on that American one as well, didn't he? That didn't last that much longer afterwards.
What? The Joe Rogan?
No.
If only. Yeah. Can we please send Andy Pugh to your Rogan show? That would be.
How many episodes is that on?
The podcast killer. Yeah, that's.
I don't want to know.
It's thousands, isn't it?
To be fair, I just see the small snippets here and there on Instagram, TikTok, or whatnot. I never listen to a full episode because I think you need to. I don't think it's either on Spotify or neither on Spotify or YouTube Music. So you have to have a podcast service that actually you have to pay to listen to it.
Right.
And I can't be bothered.
I listened to one ages and ages ago. My son told me to listen to it, said it was a good episode. I didn't like it.
No, I've never listened to it.
That's the thing, though. I mean, it's kind of universal when someone comes to you and, oh, you should see this or you should listen to this. This is right up your alley, and usually you're looking at it like, this is crap. And then, of course, you can't say that because someone have thought like, all right, I know what he's into, and this is probably him, and they're sending it to you, and it's like a dog wagging its tail while they're waiting to see your reaction on that video. It's like, oh yeah, that was fun. Then you're dying on the inside because that was crap.
Is he doing them daily?
Is he?
I mean, he's on.
Don't give Glenn any ideas.
No,
number 2,200.
I'm over that now. It's fine.
2,291.
Wow.
And I mean, he did one the 14th, the 13th, the 12th, and the 11th. So it seems like 4 days a week.
Wow.
And they're between almost 3 hours.
Good God. That's not bad, is it, though? I mean, what's he getting paid per episode?
I mean, it feels like it's bad.
More than us.
Yeah. If you think, I'm just going to work 4 days a week for three hours.
But you're going to create 3 hours of content every day.
Yeah.
Sounds exhausting to me.
Yeah, but
some people like
every day. I mean, and at his position, you can just like, I would like to have. Okay, it would be hard having Stephen Hawking on as a guest as he passed away, but I mean, you could probably have his computer and someone else just voice acting, and you wouldn't be none the wiser. But I mean, when you could just pick anyone and they will be a guest. I mean, you don't need to produce a lot of content. I'm pretty sure he has an assistant fixing everything, so just lining up. So just meeting, who am I talking today? Neil deGrasse Tyson. All right, you just sit down and. Stars are awesome, aren't they? And he would just ramble on about the universe and physics and so on, and you just sitting there and like, yeah, cool, right? And then it doesn't sound like too much work. I was gonna say that in 50 years, he has now 2,000 something episode, and then we would be up there, and the difference between us would be negligible, and then we would be just as big as Joe Rogan podcast, but. when you say he's doing 4 a week, he will then, I mean, he will have proportionally more episode than us. So yeah, that math wouldn't work unless we actually upped our game to 4 episodes a week. That being said, we have 2, so I mean,
Yeah. I mean, we're
If it-
ahead of the curve, but
yeah, we could introduce quarter pints. It's
was
just
gonna
cutting
say-
a half pint in 2, isn't it? And we are up to 3 episodes a week. I mean,
That's the only way we're going to do 4 because I'm not doubling the content.
no. I mean, yes.
I mean, ooh,
Keep
that,
cutting smaller and smaller snippets of the
Yeah.
end, and
yeah,
A
but
shot.
I mean, we're
shot in
we're
the dark.
already onto something. I mean, we are doing a KJ take on seasons, but I mean, every year has. I mean, you have 4 seasons, so then you have quarts. So could we transpose that some way to the episodes? So we could have 4 episodes a week, but just the 1-day recording. You just have to pretend start stop the episodes more and.
Are we at that stage where we could release the first episode and the first half pint in the same week as currently as we are now? So we're just doing the old ones and just keep that sort of rotation going. So we do the current one that we do this week, and then we do an earlier episode, and we just re-release that as well.
Ah, you mean like we do last year's also?
Yes.
As a rerun,
Yeah.
just to get out more episodes.
Exactly.
I'm not sure the listeners would enjoy it, but I would totally
No.
hate a podcast that did that.
But we should do it.
We're not in this to like us, are we?
But I'm thinking when the podcast software are catching on to what YouTube is doing, then we can re-release our first episode, so you can listen to No.1 Crude mistakes in Spanish, Icelandic,
Yeah.
Hindu, Urdu, Mandarin, and then, I mean, tapping into the Chinese market. I think that's a very big potential for us. I think we would be very, I mean, not big in Japan, but big in China. There's a lot of people there. I mean, even as a narrow niche, you should have billions of people, right?
Even if it's
Right?
just 0.01% that listen, that's still a lot of people.
I mean,
It is.
just
The world's biggest podcast. They're a narrow niche in China, but that, yeah.
I mean, having it being translated in like Hindu, Mandarin, and Spanish, just to cover as much people as possible. I would like to hear us in all those languages, actually.
It would be cool though, but it is a bit sad that it's going to be AI, right? Because
I thought it was a bit
in
sad
the
that you
early
didn't want
days,
to hear it in your own language.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
that
That
would be weird.
when Norwegian is going to be like,
Ugh.
I'm going to translate my English videos back to Norwegian, and then.
Then I would like Danish instead, or Finnish.
Oh,
We've got no
You're
Danish
totally
listeners after the Steve episode, thanks to you, KJ.
We didn't have any to speak of before that either.
yeah, that's right. We're in the half pint now. I forgot.
The other day, KJ was talking about was it a friend system for when you lose a subscriber? I can't remember how you worded it.
Yeah, but that every subscriber should have a friend, so that
Oh, the buddy system.
we don't with the buddy system, so we don't lose subscribers just willy nilly. I mean, Haavard lost, was it 2 or 3 of them, just randomly
I lost.
left them beside the road?
4, and then of course, as I usually do, I upload a video, and then I instantly lost 2, but now I gained 1 again. So I mean, you lose some and you gain fewer. So the math doesn't math, but yeah. Or maths. Do you have
What's-
that S on the end?
Yeah, maths. Yeah, math is
Yeah,
an
it's really
Americanism.
hard. Why the fuck do you have that S on the end? Maths.
Yeah.
Math.
Sounds like you're trying to be a fucking snake.
Well, it's not one thing, is it, maths? It's not just one thing. It's lots of
No, I
different
mean, you
things.
have a lot of numbers, but yeah,
Exactly.
you do math.
Math and meth.
Yeah. And choose very carefully. One of them is an addictive drug, and the other one will ruin your life.
And if you put an S on the end of meth, it's meth, and then that's just something that you clean your paintbrushes with. So
Didn't know that.
yeah, it's just
No.
a shortening of methylated spirits, meth. That concludes today's English lesson.
Look, listen to Walter White over there.
It was a bit like that, wasn't it? I was thinking, I mean, the subscriber count going up and down, could you modulate that or have it like a sound generator going
Yeah,
instead of
pitch
having a
generator.
subscriber counter having a
Yeah.
tone that modulates over time?
Steve could totally do that. Have a word. We'll get you one.
I'm
Think-
not saying
think
I
about
want
that.
one.
I mean, one thing is having the constant reminder about having one of these subscriber counters in your workshop, but think about having that background droning noise. I mean, you would take the experiment Pavlov's dog a step further.
Who's Paolo? It's Pavlov, wasn't it?
I don't know. That dog guy.
Talking of subscribers, it's a bit of a sad fact that I was getting more subscribers per week before I released my last 2 videos. I'm still climbing slowly, but not as quickly as I was releasing no videos.
You know what? I at some point I wanted to get one of those counters. You can buy them, of course, but as a maker, you make one yourself. And then, of course, KJ said it's depressing having that on and never moving, and then you're just losing 2. But yeah, what if we use that dog guy that I can't pronounce, obviously. If you have a bell, so every time you get Pavlova, isn't that a cake? Yeah. Well, move along. Let's say
you get a cake every time you get a subscriber. Yes, I like that.
yeah, that would go. You have a bell ringing, ding ding ding, and then you get a cake, and then every time you lose a subscriber, you have that clown sound. Wah, wah, wah. That would be cool. Having in your workshop, you're just sitting and working, and that wah, 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 and then it's going to scare the shit out of you because you're sitting there in late evening like, what the fuck? Oh, I lost one.
I still want one of those counters. When are you and Mellow Labs going to get your act together and make mine?
That's
That's not going to happen, is it now?
We have a sketch. No. I mean, he's a big YouTuber now. I got annoyed here the other day. Not annoyed. Yes, I got annoyed because I usually do, but I understand. Although I don't. I wanted to use a video clip from DIY Perks because I got an idea watching one of his videos and I referenced it in one of my videos for the Hell Quarter, and I just sent him an email. Which says that business inquiries only, but I thought like, hi, minor YouTuber here, would like to reference you, and of course, if you don't like it, I won't, and can I also use like a 2-second clip showing this? Heard nothing. And then at some point, like, I'm not going to ask twice, and I can't be bothered, so I just referenced him anyway, but did not put any video in or something because, yeah. But I'm guessing when you have millions of subscribers, it would be nice to know what you probably get a lot of crap and you don't get time to sift through it all and you can't reply to it, I'm guessing. But it would be nice. Yeah. But it would be nice to have. But it's a paradox, isn't it? Because you need to get through to a big enough YouTuber to get them on the show to ask them. I mean, can you just do a highlight of all the crap that you get sent to you because you now are such and such big YouTuber? Because I'm guessing people out there are nudging left and right.
Yeah, I've always wondered that. At what point do you turn off notifications? Because, I mean, somewhere along the line, it can't be feasible to actually check all the messages.
Yeah, because that's the thing, though. It is a drug, the notifications and the likes. But as drugs, at some point, it's like, yeah, cocaine is probably nice the first time, and this is a bus I would like to try it again, and then you're sleeping in a sleeping bag outside in the gutter, like new fix, and at some point you just did. All right, I just need to turn this off.
Yeah, because at our level, it's just nice that someone wants to use your material. I mean, the Woodgineer made a Jenga block video and used some of my footage from it, and that was just sure. You need video? Here, take this one, and here I have a clip as well, and this clip, and here I have more. Take whatever you want. I'll supply it in high quality, just anything you want.
Yeah. Do you want voiceover? Should I retake it? Maybe.
So it's really easy to get material from people of our channel sizes, I think, at least.
Yeah, that's the thing though, because when you are posting on Instagram, YouTube, whatnot, there is an option. Do you allow for your content to be remixed, used, edited, whatnot? Then, of course, that'd be cool if somebody would take one of my clips and remix it for good or worse. Content is content. Never has happened. Nobody has ever taken like, all right, made a short out of this, or did a comment, or yeah.
Would you like me to?
Just remove all the talkie parts for every video.
Look at all these shorts I've always made.
Doing the just doing a new voiceover. That would be yeah, go ahead if you have that time. But I'm so pleased. I'm learning new things every day. The remix function, as you said, KJ, I've seen it, never dared press it, and then glad said that yeah. My wife taught me that. That's a you just do like this, and it automatically generates a reel of your video, and then it actually links your original video. I mean, if I would have bothered, I would have spent half a day doing edit to do that exact thing. I was like, there's a button there. Yeah, but scary
Buttons
button.
are scary.
That's why I'm not afraid about scamming or anything, because as long as you're afraid of pressing buttons and links in general, you're never the core target of the scammers. And of course, working in a big corporate company, they now have the cyber security awareness campaign. So they're sending out dummy phishing emails, and if you reply it, then of course you get a auto-generated email from IT department like, congratulations, you spotted a phishing attempt. And like, no, I just report anything with a link in it regardless, because I don't want to work. So it's like, my boss sends me, Ken, I posted an action for you to, nope, phishing. And then it goes to IT and they have to sort it out. And I'm like, no, that was not a phishing attempt. Somebody's actually giving you tasks. No, are you even IT? Report. And they can't really fault you on it because you're being aware. It's like, I'm like a wall, everything bounces off. I'm an impregnable fortress. Did I use that word right? Is it impregnable or yeah?
It was the Fortness thing.
Yeah. I never heard that one. I'm wondering what it might be. Yeah. Yeah, nowadays at work, they mostly, when they send something out, they have to send an email. Yes, this is actually a thing that you should do. Yes, it's an official. It's not a scam. It's not.
That's something a scammer would say, isn't it?
Yeah, isn't it?
Exactly. So report, and then IT has to come. That's it. Yeah. Are you IT? Show up in my office, but only on Tuesdays on full moons, because I have home office.
If you visit me at home, you have to bring cake. They just have
and leave it at the door and use two-factor authentication.
Just have that auto reply in your inbox. Your message has been received as scam, as a spam.
That's brilliant. Can I set up as a rule in my email software to just send everything to that phishing attempt? So you're delaying everything by default, and then IT have to sift through it. And once it comes through there, it's all right. I'll have a look at it. And no, still looks fishy to me. Can't be too secure.
It would be fun to actually. I mean, you can spot the ones from IT really easily. I would say that the at least the ones I've seen. And just click on everything and be the worst kind of employee ever, doing everything wrong and never learning, clicking on everything, and see how long it will take before they did something. Might not be
Yeah,
good for your employability, but
but I mean, if it's, I mean, you're doing it because yeah, but I want to please, and I would like to take on all the tasks, and they can't fault you on that, but they can't really trust you to do anything as well because he's a liability. So at some point, will you stop receiving tasks and emails and whatnot? Because he means well, so we can't fire him, but we can't trust him with shit. So you're just sitting there and like,
you're gonna get an assistant, I think, who takes care of all your correspondence.
or you're going to be promoted to HR. So it's like,
Yeah, that might be a thing. It's fun to see
so,
that Glenn glances over when we talk about office stuff.
yeah, I was going to ask you,
I'm
Glenn,
fine. I'm
what
happy with
is
the
your
break.
how do you relate to cybersecurity in your line of work?
So what? I don't know about cyber security, but I did get contacted by a finishers company today from Sweden, asking me if I wanted to cooperate with them.
Ooh.
Yeah, but it turned out they were looking for retailers, and I'm not a retailer, so we couldn't help each other. But it was a nice conversation all the same. It wasted half an hour at work.
I mean, I can be a retailer. Are they selling lasers? Because of course I need examples of their lineup to be a good retailer. I need the equipment so I can be retailing whatever that
No,
entails.
it was the finishers company do not sell lace, unfortunately.
Don't they make lasers in Finland? I don't get it.
Oh, you're so. Moving on, or closing down, perhaps.
No, I still have gin and tonic left. So
Oh,
this
nice.
yeah, there's plenty of half pint left in this. So.
My mum messaged me last week and said, I'm sending you a present. I said, oh, fantastic. She said, it's not something you're going to be expecting. So my mum, whenever she sends me something, it's wine.
You're getting a brother?
Yeah. Yeah. She's not too old after all. So I got my hopes up and thinking, what the heck is she sending me? She follows me on Instagram. She knows I like tools and things. I'm like, what is coming? What is coming?
But it's not your birthday, is it? No.
Not quite, no.
No.
Almost. But it turns out she sent me wine, which was lovely wine, but yeah, it wasn't anything unusual for my mum. So.
Hi, Glenn's mom. My address is.
I only drink white wine, not red.
Yeah. Do you have some good cheddar as well? Oh, that was a downer. I actually opened a bottle of white wine here the other day. Had one glass. It was okay. Came back the second day. Had to throw out the rest of the bottle. It
Vinegar.
did not. Yeah. So I'm not sure what happened with the first glass. Of it's just desperation and yeah. No.
So now you're gonna drink every bottle the same night, just to be sure.
You should.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually.
And it wasn't a screw bottle as well. So it was the. Yeah.
I've got 13 bottles at the side of me, actually, KJ. That's really good advice.
That's a fortnight.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I need to. I mean, that's the It's the Norwegian way of thinking. I need to spend money traveling so I can buy cheap booze. Because I just poured the last bit of gin here the other day. I spent the last bit that actually you brought, Glenn. So I need to
Oh,
buy a
okay.
new bottle, but I just walked past the liquor store and realized, oh god damn it, that is expensive. So I need to spend at least 4 or 5 times that getting to somewhere where I can buy it for cheaper. So
Or you
yeah.
can have a guest, apparently. And then you get it for free instead. So Glenn, when you want to come over to Haavard,
Yeah.
Yeah.
When
he
do
needs
you
help with
want to
his
spend
garden.
money coming
Yeah.
here and bringing me booze? Yeah.
I don't think we've got much planned for this weekend, actually.
Surprise!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's gin.
Collaboration, bitches. It's like, ah. I mean that would be really awesome. That would be awesome, actually. Yeah. And this weekend, I'm not gonna do anything but drinking because I'm delivering my car to the garage on Friday midday. And then, of course, they're gonna spend some time changing the glow plugs and figuring out where the leak is, and that is probably going to be a place where, all right, we have to take your entire car apart. So it's going to be away, at least over the weekend. So I'm not driving anywhere.
And you don't have any other responsibilities, so
Okay, make sure you buy your booze in before they take your car away.
Yeah, that's
I'm guessing you can't walk to anywhere to buy it from your
that
place.
that's interesting. The last time I put my car into the garage, it is 20-ish kilometers away, and I put it there, and it's like I had to take the bus to the train station and then figure out to go from there. And of course, I don't travel public transport very often, so like, what app do I need to download, and what's the timetable, and how does this actually work? And it's going to be like this now as well. There's a new garage that do my brand of cars closer, but not in any practical walking distance to my home, and it's like in the midday, so I'm gonna deliver it. But the bus services around here is crappy. So it's like, should I bring a bicycle or should I just factor in that I'm gonna spend 2 hours trying to find out how to walk home, and then probably seeing some new back roads? And so yeah, it's gonna be a expedition. Just gonna drop off my car and go to the nearest liquor store and then try to walk myself home.
Do you have shops within walking distance of your house? Over?
define the walking distance.
Less than a mile.
Yeah, I think the closest store is about a mile away, so you could walk
Okay.
there in 40 minutes. But of course, then doing your weekly grocery shopping and then walking back home again is going to be a pain in the arse. And
That's a big mile for 40 minutes.
yeah, but it's
It's a Norwegian mile.
It's at the top of a mountain.
yeah, that's the thing.
Mile
Though.
up.
It is. It's not flat, and it's not in. I mean, it's about a mile away in like the straight distance, but you have to walk the back roads to not walk on the main roads and being hit by
Okay.
traffic and so on. So if we were have to walk to get our grocery shopping, we would be. I would be a lot skinnier than I am today. That's, because nope, I'm not carrying that.
I just thought everybody in Norway was rich. Like
Yeah,
you.
me too. I thought I was the poor one. Just not buying my plywood at the store, but cutting up old furniture and then. Yeah.
Yeah, I felt rich when I was making my cabinet actually with a full sheet of 18mm plywood. Woohoo.
Yeah, that's
Big time.
How did that feel? Yeah.
someone's got their spending pants on them.
How much is a sheet of plywood in your respective countries?
That is a good question. I
It's
I mean, I thought plywood was expensive before the pandemic, and now it's just ridiculous. I think.
So this is
it's
this just
very
this is
much.
just hardwood plywood that I buy, and it's just a generic plywood from the DIY store, but it's still a really nice finish on it.
Yeah.
But it's 40 quid for a sheet of a full sheet of 18 mil. But then with that DIY store, I get a trade discount as well, so it was £36.
It's fuck. I mean, for that, I would I would kill for those prizes, and it's almost worth it hooking my trailer up and driving to UK to buy plywood. But of course, I would of course drive to Lithuania because they make it. So, um, but it's very much dependent on quality, and I mean a standard 18 mil, just pine. Um, Nothing like furniture grade
Yeah.
quality or something. It's like it's £100 per square meters. So
Oh my god.
I would pay £200 for a
Yeah.
full sheet of plywood.
Bloody
Yeah,
hell.
yeah, it's crazy. And then
Yeah.
I thought I found some a few years ago. I found someone. They are probably imported a big batch of something in like half sizes, but they sold them extremely cheap. And when I told someone, they like, holy crap, and they went to the store and bought everything. And I thought I should do that, but I did not have the money to just clear out the store. But I regret I didn't do it with the prices that you have today. But it is insane. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bloody
a
hell.
full sheet of construction grade plywood 18 mil will cost me £52.
Oh, okay.
So it's not that bad, but it's still a lot of money.
Yeah.
crap,
Mhm.
I could even
And
go to
that's
Sweden and do a
Yeah.
sweet deal.
I mean, but that's it is not good plywood.
Yeah, we do have a cheaper grade that they used for making concrete shuttering and things like that. Can't quite remember how much that is because I've never been interested in it.
No, and of course it's been more expensive. It's on its way down, and you can still do some deals on it. But of course, OSB now is it's still expensive, but it is acceptable. Of course, I'm looking into I'm fantasizing, to be honest, about building a workshop, and then of course all the walls will be cladded in OSB because it's very workshop friendly.
Yeah.
But with the prices these days, I mean it's
It's about £28 a sheet, I think, for the thick stuff here.
yeah, that's then that is cheaper in Norway then because you can
Oh,
get it for like I can get one 60 centimeter standard sheet like
no, 60 centimetres, not the standard sheet. It's 2.4 metres by 1.2 metres. That's a full sheet.
yeah. Okay, so say a half sheet then, but full sheet. Yeah,
Yeah.
we just I just buy in the half sheets because that's
Bit
center
straight up.
center on the studs 60/60. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
if I
still,
would want
that's cheaper in Norway.
beach plywood, that would cost 188
Yeah, I
quid,
think if I start looking at birch plywood and the fancier ones, then they get very expensive very quickly.
and that's just insane.
Yeah, and that's the thing though. Of course, I want to build like the drill rack where you put your drills up and you have like the chargers on and everything. And I do have some 9 mil, very decent furniture grade plywood that I bought. But like, if I'm using that, it's 3 times the cost of buying one in metal off the store. So it's like
Yeah.
it's kind of counterintuitive because as a maker, I have some sheets laying around, but they just turned into gold overnight. And I don't want to waste it on the projects that I thought of wasting them on because now they're worth too much.
And that's why you cannibalize old IKEA furniture.
Exactly.
And it makes for a good title.
Yeah.
Yeah, win-win.
I'm going to use that for non IKEA things as well. this could have been an IKEA item,
Yeah.
if they had any sense to them. I just make whatever.
If they would only approve my designs.
If IKEA sold two-stroke engines, then this is what I would do. And then I would sell it on Etsy if anyone's interested. Yeah, that's it.
How well would an IKEA two-stroke engine work? That's
Well,
something to think about.
If you read the instruction and assemble it as intended, then probably half decent. But
Is your next title for your video then, KJ? If IKEA rejuvenated batteries? So
but that's cool though. I made a battery for my Tesla for IKEA. I mean, I think it was a couple of years ago, at least in Norway, IKEA sell their own brands of like AA, AAA batteries.
Yeah.
And they came out very good in like an independent test, and they're like a lot cheaper than the competition. So it would only make sense for someone who have like this battery style welder equipment to do an IKEA battery video. I powered my house or my car with IKEA batteries and blew myself up and
Yeah, that
got
part.
married to Electro Boom. I mean, you could cram a lot of things into that title.
Sounds like you have been thinking about it.
have you got a title for your video yet, KJ?
No.
No?
It'll work itself out, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Fair enough.
If not, we'll help you.
Yeah, I'm not going to go for that.
Yeah, but it's nice having that threat. I mean, if I don't do it myself, they're going to do it for me. So I better get cracking.
Yeah, and on that threat, let's end this half pint.
Bye.
Bye.
You really sound sad, Haavard.
Yeah.
Did you have more to say?
And welcome to this world first quarter pint.
Hello.
No, we're not.
It's a Friday teaser before the Saturday's main episode.
Come on, KJ. We've still got 20 minutes left.
Maybe on the clock, but not on the energy. Just because Haavard is a slow drinker doesn't mean we have to follow his rules.
I can't believe you made a gin last nearly 2 hours.
Just.
Are you sure it's the same glass? He's have a
that's true.
rack of 15.
I
in front of
started
him.
with a cup of tea, I'm not a savage.
Cup of tea with a GT chaser.
Was the tea bag still in the mug?
No, I took it out
Okay.
That's savages.
Yeah.
because I've become professional tea drinker. I bought these chemistry beakers, so I make myself a cup of tea, and then I have this beaker with milk in it, and then of course I use honey, and then the tea soak for the amount of time before I take the bag out, and then of course I stir in the honey, and then I stir in the milk, and then I have a cup of tea.
Scientific tea.
Yeah.
Do you time the amount the time that the bag's in the cup?
Fuck no, I'm not anal about it. It's just tea.
I have a tea brewer who does that for me. 3.5 minutes. It's fine. You can set the temperature on it as well, how hot you want it to be and that sort of thing.
I hope Michelle never works out how long a tea bag should be in the mug, because she won't I don't make her tea anymore because she can't stand it because I never do it right. So if she had a set time, then I'd have to stand there timing it.
So what is it? What is the perfect time?
No, I don't like tea.
You're weird.
Yeah, because that's the thing though. The husband of my second grade teacher, he was an Englishman, and my mother worked with him, and he always used like 2 bags of the Earl Greys that you get here in Norway, because he said one of them don't cut it, so he put 2 in, and he just always left them in until he drank the cup. But of course, being an Englishman, when he did not sip at it, it was like gone in short time. But
I think Earl Grey's notoriously weak tea, isn't it, as well?
You need to let it. You need a lot of it and it simmer a long time to get
Yeah.
it strong enough.
yeah, and it's a bit like coffee. You should probably not have boiling water, but you should just bring it to like 85 degrees or whatnot. And but then I've got you put it in a cold cup and then you add the milk, and then by the time you get to drink it, it's like iced tea basically. So
Yeah.
no, you need steaming hot water and put it over the
Yeah.
bag so it almost melts, and then you have to drink it before it gets cold. So yeah, it's hard getting the enough soaking time actually before it gets too cold. So